So here I am right now, number 1 out of 99, very confused as to why I was lucky enough to win this match. I didn't deserve it, I was completely careless, and I did everything wrong, what you should not do if you want to win a game in PUBG Mobile. I defied all odds, and I somehow managed to get the win, and I thought it would be funny to commentate over showing you guys exactly what I did in order to get to this spot that I am at right now. I used the brand new MP5K and the new vehicle released in the most recent 0.15.5 update, and it was really interesting. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like if you find this video funny, subscribe to my channel for more PUBG Mobile content, and with that being said, let's get into the video. So here we are, guys, jumping into the castle of Vikendi for the very first time in probably months at this point. I have not been in Vikendi for a very long time. I am super rusty at this point, and yeah, I did not really expect this match to go well. So, again, this is going to be an MP5K only challenge, and alongside the gameplay that's a little bit sketchy at best, I want to talk about the MP5K and then also commentate how stupid I am at times. I think it could be pretty cool. So the MP5K is actually a very solid SMG, okay? It might be one of the very best SMGs in this game. I would go as far to say that it is on par with the PP19 Bison, okay? I'd say it's better than the Tommy gun, better than the UMP45, and just look at this for a second. Look at this. How stupid was I? It took so long for me to see that enemy player. Somehow I got the kill. Only reason I survived that was because that was a bot. But hey, I'm still alive and kicking. Now, the MP5K can go well with other attachments, but it's one of those unique weapons that you don't necessarily need an attachment with in order to do well with it. I feel like with this weapon, you can do as well with this without any attachments as you would with the Uzi. And that's saying a lot. So when you have attachments on this, you can use this in an entirely different way. It's really accurate at medium range. At long range, it starts to get a little bit sketchy. You're not going to want to use this with a 4x scope at very, very long range. But, you know, a 2x scope, 3x scope, that's the sweet spot. I noticed there's a guy shooting at me here, so I wanted to test out hip fire. Look at this. I mean, that's accurate. I don't know about you, but that's actually really good. I was not standing still. I was moving around. So hip fire was actually pretty inaccurate generally, and almost every single one of those bullets hit the enemy player just by me carelessly using hip fire on him. I mean, that's really good. So you can actually use this thing with hip fire and expect to do well with it. That's saying something. Now look at it with the scope. I mean, it's even better. And that's just, it's really, really good in that respect. Now, I haven't used this enough to say if this really is my true go-to SMG. Compared to the PP19 Bison, it is just so similar that it's really hard to say which one I like better. The safe thing to say is either weapon that you use, you're going to do very well with it. So keep that in mind. I mean, I would not go as far to say that you could use only the MP5K and get a safe win. You still want to use this thing, you know, maybe alongside a sniper rifle or an AR that's better at longer range. You know, you could use this thing alongside the M416, and that's a very solid loadouts. That will do very, very well, and you could probably get 20 to 30 kills in a match when you're doing that. So very good stuff, but using this just by itself like I'm doing here, that's where things get a little bit iffy. I'm testing out the brand new vehicle for the very first time, and I have to say I love this thing as well. This new update has brought some really cool stuff, and I mean, look at that turning radius. This has to be one of the best vehicles in this game. It probably is my go-to vehicle now, so that's saying something. I'm always the type of person that loves the dune buggy, even if it's not, you know, the most secure vehicle out there. I love the dune buggy. Okay, that's like my go-to vehicle, but now this one is probably better than the dune buggy to me. Again, that's saying a lot. So again, look at this part right here coming up in just a few seconds. I was so stupid, and I don't know why I survived this. There are so many times in this video that I should have died. This being one of them. What am I doing? I'm literally just jumping out in the middle of the open onto a road, completely exposed. The guy's behind a tree. He's better covered than me, and I somehow win that. I guess that really goes to show just how powerful that MP5K is, right? With so many other weapons, you would not be able to do that, okay? I would say with the UMP, you'd not be able to do that. With the Tommy gun, you'd not be able to do that because those weapons are less powerful. They take .45 ammo. With this thing, it's that much more powerful. And I think against that guy, I'm not mistaken, I might have used the gun that had the suppressor that even decreased my damage and still did that well. I know with one of these weapons I had a suppressor, another one I didn't, and I don't know. I kind of like using the suppressor with this thing. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's a good thing to have, especially if you're in a map like Vikendi where you're so exposed and you really need to stay hidden for a long time before you find enemy players. So maybe I'm just spitting stupid things, but it's something that I like to do. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, look at that. That's the holographic sight full auto on somebody at range. That's very impressive. That's very accurate. Now, later on in this video, you'll see when I start using the 4x scope, things get a little bit iffy. But at that point in time, I mean, the holographic sight is good. Really, really good. Now, at this point, I did notice that there is somebody that's running. So I actually did something smart. I decided to hide behind this little wall here and then, you know, hug the wall so the person wouldn't shoot me. I have a 4x scope at this point. Look at this. Still pretty easy to control the recoil. At that range, I mean, 4x scope is perfectly fine. Still not the best. You probably want to use the 3x scope, but I don't know. 4x scope is certainly doing pretty well. It's only when you get to really long range, that's where things start to go downhill. So maybe about 3 times the distance that that person was at, that's where things start to get a little bit iffy. You'll see that in just a second when I start to go up against the next person right here. I get up on top of this rock because I hear some people firing. Right over here at Zabava. And then they are firing again. So I'm actually being smart this time. I'm kind of holding back for a little bit. Trying to see where those players are because they could be inside the building. You never really know where they are. Chances are they're not, but, you know, they could be. So I'm kind of looking around, but I'm also somebody who is very, very impatient. And especially with an SMG like this, you can't really, you know, camp with this. You have to be super aggressive. Now, that's good for me because I am a very aggressive player. So I'm kind of trying to flank a little bit, and there he is. Look at this. Still kind of accurate, but the second the person starts moving around, then I kind of screw myself over. Then I do something very dumb. Being that hyper-aggressive player that I am, I decide to jump down and see if I can take this person out just by brute force running straight at him. That is a suicide mission, guys. Don't do this. You're not going to normally win like I did right there, okay? I would have probably died if this was any other match, but I somehow survived that, and I'm happy about that. Hey, things are looking good. 8 kills, 31 people remaining. Not that bad. So again, I do something stupid. I start driving my car, and I get it stuck. Trying to figure out how to get it out, but there's no hope, so I have to get out and go by foot. So, guys, in a map like Vikendi, if you are not in a vehicle and you're just running around out in the open in the snow, you are the most obvious person in the entire world, just like the person that died there in the distance. I didn't notice that yet as I was recording this, but now I do, and look at this. So obvious. Such an easy kill. Couple of quick taps with that MP5K and bam! He's done. He's dead. Fantastic stuff. Now watch this. This is pretty funny. I'm just coming up, minding my own business to this building right here. Kind of looking around. And then out of nowhere, hello. There's just a guy sitting at the window. I was confused. I even hesitated there for a second. I was like, wait, what? How did that person not kill me? I would suspect that that person was probably scoped in and, you know, maybe wasn't even listening to the audio too much. Didn't expect that I would be coming up so close. And, hey, that person could have one-shot me there. They had the M416. They had a lot of other stuff. The AWM. If that person was more observant, that person would have probably been the one that killed me later on in the match. I wanted to use the AWM, but I couldn't. In this situation that I'm at right now, it would have been so much easier to use the AWM instead of trying to take somebody out at range that I can hear in the distance with my freaking SMG, okay? Look at this. Look at this. In just a second, he's going to come out from behind a tree. He is so far away. You can't take somebody out normally like that. And there's a bot shooting me as well. The bot's giving away my position. Only an idiot would not notice that. And I bet that guy probably notices it as well. Look at that. Just a couple of taps. He was probably so low on health that he wanted to get up over the hill so he could get a good vantage point over me. If I did not kill that guy at that point, I would have been screwed. That guy would have killed me because I am so out in the open right now. Still out in the open. I know the circle's up there, up on that hill, but anybody could be behind me. I'm just running through the middle of the frickin' snow. Anybody could shoot me with an AWM. Now, I hear some people shooting far, far in the distance, but I want to get myself up to this, you know, frickin' building set complex area here. I'm not really the type of person that's going to sit there and camp for too long, but hey, I got myself inside this building and I was hiding out here for a little bit until there were 5 people left and I got bored. So I jumped out. Again, probably not a smart thing to do. I just wanted to see how many kills I could get. And I started running. I was listening, looking, seeing in the distance here, and eventually I started to hear some people over to the side to the right. I start running. There they go. There they go. Showing up on the mini-map. I start running to them. Again, not a very smart thing to do. They have some big guns. That's all I gotta say. But I am determined to get a kill. You know, even if it's long range with an MP5K, I want to do it. Because there's 12 kills right now. 4 people alive. And I want to get myself maybe 2 or 3 more. Okay? Because I'm not going to settle with anything less than that. So I completely misjudged where this enemy player is. Can you see him at the left there? Yeah, there he is. I didn't see him. I am very oblivious when I play this game, I know. And there he is. I finally notice him. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Stand still in the middle of the open, seeing if I can get some super long shots. Obviously, with an SMG, you're not going to kill this guy. He's doing the zigzag. It's hopeless. I'm just screwed, right? Or not, because the guy is still running. He's not firing back. So it gives me a chance to, like, run toward him, right? So that's what I do. I run toward him. I'm hopeful. At this point, I'm, like, realizing that things are kind of a big deal. There's only 3 people left, and I'm like, oh, shoot. This actually could be the match for the video. So I start to play a little bit more carefully. I crouch. I see if I can kind of sneak up to this guy that's probably bandaging behind a tree at some point. And he is right there. Do you see him? I see him. Couple of very nice headshots there. I was actually pretty lucky. That guy had like the slowest reaction time, but I managed to get the kill. And there's now only 2 of us left. What am I going to do? Wasn't expecting this match to be the match that ended with 2 people left, but here it is. And I'm using the MP5K, and I'm actually doing very well with it. If there was a single SMG out there in this game that you could do that SMG throughout the entire game, this one would probably be the one. This one and the Bison, hand in hand, are going to be the best SMGs for that type of challenge. It isn't even that much of a challenge. I don't know about you, but I didn't think it was that difficult, considering I was the most careless person in the entire world and not even really bothering to play super strategically. I still got to this far into the map, into the match, and that's saying something. That's saying that the MP5K is really good. So the circle's closing in. Do you see the guy there to the right? I saw him. I see him still. I did not see him, though, as I am recording this. I am so oblivious, and I should have died here so long ago. He's finally shooting at me. He waited too long. I'm still alive. What am I going to do? Use a med kit and hide behind the tree. I'm good. This is a big tree. It covers all of me. That guy made a big mistake. He should have shot earlier on. I had no idea where that guy was, but now I'm inside the circle. I'm good. I'm ready. So it's kind of a standoff at this point. I'm using some energy drinks here, getting my health up to the absolute max. I have tons and tons of ammo. I'm in a pretty good spot. I have my level 3 armor on and helmet. I actually don't know about the armor, but the helmet at least. He's peeking. Look at this inaccuracy. Watch this. Oh my God. Exotic Gaming, what are you doing? You missed every single one of your shots. I'm such an idiot. But the funniest thing comes right at the very end here. So I'm kind of at a stalemate at this point in time, you know. I decide maybe it's a good idea to, like, potentially lure this guy in by firing a shot or 2. Okay, that wasn't very effective. But, okay, The circle is closing in now. Restrictions are coming in. The guy's going to have to jump out. And what am I going to do? Am I going to make the move? Am I going to do it? I'm looking around, seeing if I can find any spot. Close the map. He's there. I make the shot. And then look. It disconnects. I lose my Wi-Fi connection. My game starts to lose connection, and I thought it's the end. It's the end. It's the end. But it's not. It's not. I got the kill. I got the win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I did not deserve that, but I freaking got it. And it's all thanks to that MP5K. I cannot believe that actually happened, but I am not complaining at all. First match in a long time. I did very well. So there we go, guys. That was quite possibly one of the most unusual matches I've ever had in PUBG Mobile. I did not deserve the win. I was completely careless, but somehow I managed to pull through. Was quite possibly the luckiest person ever, and I managed to get the chicken dinner. I thought it was really funny. I thought the commentary was pretty funny as well. If you all did enjoy this video and you thought it was funny as well, make sure to leave a like down below, and then subscribe to my channel for new 0.15.5 update content coming soon. Thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next episode.